G'day, I'm Clive and welcome back at the Armdale Reptile Centre with our mate Lucy.
Hello everyone.
So what are we looking at today?
So today we've got the blue-tongued skinks. So the one that I think a lot of people might know about when they think of Australia.
Yep.
They think of the blue-tongued skinks.
A couple of weeks ago we put one up of the bobtails and they get called the blue tongue, but these are the real blue tongue.
Yes. These ones are the species blue-tongued skink. Yes.
Do you want to pass us one?
Well,
so
first
off,
see. I've got the northern blue-tongued skink. So probably the largest blue-tongued skink we have in Western Australia for sure.
Beautiful.
And like the name suggests, this guy lives in the northern regions of Australia.
Yep.
So you've got to go up in Western Australia, you've got to go up into the Pilbara and the Kimberley area to see them.
So the one we just had out,
that one was the western blue-tongued skink.
That's the one you're looking at now as we talk for this little bit, the western blue tongue?
The western blue-tongued skink. So he is from the west coast, so further down south. They were found in Perth, but unfortunately now they've become locally extinct to the Perth region, and you have to go out towards the east and the north of Perth to find them again.
Yep. So down to this little one. I don't know if you can see on the camera, is it he, she? Don't
this
know.
One's he. He's Stumpy McGrumpy is his name. He's missing his front right foot. Yeah. So Stumpy McGrumpy is a male and he is on his own in an enclosure because he relentlessly fights with other males, particularly during breeding season. So he's not allowed to interact with other blue tongues.
Yeah, you're a bully.
It's very likely that he has lost his foot because of one of these fights before he came to us.
Yep.
Because they can get rather aggressive in their mating rituals and their fighting with each other for breeding rights, basically.
If anybody's getting concerned thinking I'm only holding him at the front, I've actually got the rest of his body laying on my leg. And to pick these up, you see people just grab them from the back and just lift them. But they've got long spines.
They do, and they are terrestrial. So that means that they spend their entire life on the floor and they spend their entire life in a horizontal fashion. So picking them up and putting all their body weight onto their back can cause a lot of issues.
This is how you should be doing it. And what I was on about, a lot of people just come and grab them like this and lift them up.
Yes.
And that can break their spine.
Yes.
Which is not good for them. So all these three we've got here is all the same.
They're all blue-tongued skink species. They're all separate subspecies.
Yeah.
And that mostly relates to location.
Yep.
Of where they're from. So, like I said, we had the western blue tongue out before, and he's from obviously the west coast of Australia. We've got the northern blue tongue, who's from the northern areas of Australia. We do not have in our collection, but there's also the eastern blue tongue, who's from the east coast of Australia, and then there's a number of other blue tongue skinks as well. Which we don't have in our collection, but they're the four main, with also the central blue tongue, who we'll see in a little bit. So they're the four main ones that people come across.
So is he a big one, or is he the average size for a blue tongue?
He's on the larger size,
but
the northern blue tongue skink is the largest and heaviest of at least Western Australia's blue tongue skinks.
Yeah.
But you can see the colour difference between the western and now this one. So that's again reminiscent of their habitat.
Yes, more of a gravelly, sandy.
And these guys are a lighter coloration than the westerns because living up in the the further northern regions of Australia, it's warmer a lot more. So if they were a much darker colour, they'd absorb an amount of heat.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, reptiles, even though it seems a bit counterintuitive, they can very easily overheat and die.
Yes.
So they don't want to be excessively warm. So they have a bit more of a lighter coloration to them, as opposed to the westerns, who have some of that black on them to help them in a bit of a cooler climate.
So how long do these live?
They're very similar to the bobtails. So in the wild, they'll get to about the 20s. In captivity, we can get them to the 30s as well.
And you need a license to keep these as
You do,
pets?
yeah. In Western Australia, you do. You just need a standard reptile license. And then, yeah, you can have these guys as pets. Any of the ones we're going to show, you can have them as pets.
Okay, yeah. Amazing. They mate for life, the same as the bobtail? Or?
They do. They're in a slightly different situation though when it comes to their young, whereas bobtails typically have 1 to 2. These guys can have litters of 5 to 20. It can be very varied, but the young aren't quite as big as the bobtail, so they have a lot more. They're smaller. They're still self-sufficient when they're born and able to look after themselves, but they do have a lot more of a tendency to hang around with the parents.
Yeah.
Until they're quite a bit bigger.
So should we get the other one out and show?
Yeah, so we also have a central blue tongue. Who is personally one of my favourite, coolest looking blue tongues.
That is beautiful. Will you come in? Yep.
And as the name suggests, you can probably tell where he comes from the central regions of Australia.
Look at this. It's beautiful.
They're a bit more stockier.
Yeah, it's a little stumpy.
Their head's not quite so large compared to their body. It looks a bit silly sometimes.
Oh, you're gorgeous. Aren't you gorgeous? Yeah. Oh, there's a little blue tongue sticking out. Do you want to go and have a play? Go on then. Tiny little feet.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. They, the blue tongues, as opposed to the bobtails, look a lot more like snakes in the undergrowth. So that's potentially another defense mechanism they may have evolved to have. Yeah. That they look a bit more snake-like, and predators may be a bit more cautious of trying to eat them.
Yep. You go in.
But they have the same defense tactic as pretty much all blue tongues, which is when they're startled or scared, they'll open their mouth out, flatten their tongue, and do a big kind of like blah kind of situation and try and scare a predator away.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. It is beautiful, this one is. I think looking at it is my favourite. Smallest and stumpiest.
He is, yeah. he is relatively small, especially when you see him compared to the northern blue tongue. They are relatively smaller.
Is there anything else people need to know about these?
Blue tongues and bobtails, they really are very, very similar in pretty much everything that they do. So a lot of the stuff from our bobtail videos would be just as relevant.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago we did one of the bobtails, and the bobtails get called blue tongues when they're not actually blue tongues. These ones in this video are the actual subspecies, it's called.
Yeah, so the species is blue tongue.
Yeah.
But with the bobtail, the species is shingleback lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in all honesty, they're both blue tongues. Like if you use the word interchangeably, 90% of people are going to understand. It's just those of us in the scientific community, we just are like, well, actually.
Yeah, they're different.
They are different.
So you can call the others blue tongues, but this is the blue tongues.
Yes. Yes, and there's several different subspecies for the blue tongues.
Well, we'll let these ones get back where they feel safest where they can run around and play or sleep. So I want to thank you for watching the video, and if you're not a subscriber already, please go down below and click on the subscribe button, click on the notification bell next to it and select all. And if you are already a subscriber, thank you very much, and hit the like button, the thumbs up.